3 more new customers.
And saying if we're having him on, that means we lost.
Time.
He needs to dig up quality landscapers, and
Oh, boy. Are you talking about that hit to the head? Oh, my God.
it's easier for talented candidates.
I'm not going to apologize for getting a favorable call, but that very, very easily could have gone their way.
$5 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy
I'm going to step out and use the restroom real quick. I'll be back.
space plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
I'm Bill Weber.
And I'm Adam Weber of AE Door and Window.
Where it's fall specials time.
Right now, put no money down and get 0% interest for 2 years. Plus, take 5% off your total order when you combine and save on entry doors and windows from Provia and Pella, Summer Space Awnings, and Clopay Garage Doors.
Purchase a LiftMaster garage door opener
And save up to $125.
Don't miss out on these great savings now through November 30th at AE Door and Window.
Details at aeDoorsales.com.
We sell the best and service the rest. AE.
Dave the Door Guy with Overhead Door Company of Northern Kentucky with the joke of the day. Why did the garage door play wide receiver for the football team? Because it was always open. For more jokes and unsurpassed garage door service, give us a call at 513-347-DOOR or visit OHDNKY.com. That's OHDNKY.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This winter, the world will be watching the best skaters chase their Olympic dreams. For your child, that dream could start right here at your local rink. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build strength, confidence, and courage, the same qualities that take athletes to the Olympic ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. This is where the journey begins. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com because every champion starts with a first glide.
The High School Football Tonight Show is brought to you by AE Door and Window Company. They sell the best and service the rest. Penn Station, hometown love in every sub. Thomas More University. Accelerate your career with a business degree from Thomas More University. And by Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 and 275 in Lawrenceburg. Greater Cincinnati's fastest growing full service dealer. And the Tri-State's #1 Chevy lease dealer. All because of you.
Stand by.
Leading in hours. From our family to yours. KelseyChev.com. This is High School Football Tonight.
To it. Hello, everyone, and welcome in to the High School Football Tonight, powered by TriStateFootball.com, here on Fox Sports 1360 WSAI. My name is Safwan Alvi. I will be your host, and I am joined, as always, by my partner in crime, the man, the myth, the legend, the guru, the shuru. His name is Greg Shoemaker, and we are TriStateFootball.com. We want to thank everyone for listening tonight, and be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms on Twitter and Instagram at TS Football. Again, that's at TS Football. And be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just type in TriStateFootball.com. You can see post-game interviews, pre-game interviews, and much more on there. Also go to TriStateFootball.com/scores to see all the scores in the Tri-State area on the Underground Sports Shop scoreboard. It is week 14 in the playoffs. I want to thank Joe Waddell for holding it down behind the glass, and thank Wes Akers, Adeline McCollum, and Haley Valanningham from Northern Kentucky University. You can check out their Twitter page at TGIF Football. High School Football Tonight is brought to you in part by Thomas More University. Accelerate your degree with a business degree from Thomas More University. And Penn Station, hometown love and every sub. We are here with you until 11 o'clock talking all things high school football, playoff action happening all around the tri-state area. Greg, we have a lot to get into over these next 40 minutes, and we'll quickly talk about the game that was right here on these airwaves on Fox Sports 1360. St. Xavier, Elder, a rematch of the GCL South. And Greg, St. Xavier avenges their second consecutive game. They beat Moeller last week. They defeat the number 1 seeded Elder Panthers in a game that we will remember for a long time. It got moved to Paycor Stadium, right? There was a lot of, noise going into this game, Greg. 42-34. There's so much to get into, but your overall thoughts on this game?
I mean, it was an instant classic without it being an instant, or like with it not being a pretty game, right? There were some things that happened in that game that you're like, oh man, but boy, what a game. What a finish, down 27-7. I was laughing as I left the stadium, and I was talking to the guys in the press box and say, hey, we're going to be on the running clock at after halftime. And boy, St. X came back and came back with a flurry of just great offense and just getting the right plays called, and not only calling them, but executing and moving the chains. They did a great job in the second half.
Yeah, X and Elder putting 22,000 strong in Paycor Stadium, and St. X with their first regional title since that 2020 COVID year when they went on to win on the state championship game. So something to look forward to. Again, congratulations to Elder, Greg, on a fantastic season. They were 12-0 for the first time in school history. Just thoughts on Elder real quick. It was, their best 12-game stretch, they've had in their school's history, but they did come up short tonight. Thoughts on Elder's season?
Well, I mean, you look back at what they beat. They beat 7 teams that won at least 9 games this season. They beat another team that won 8, another team that won 7, and 2 teams that finished at 6-6. So, yeah, they had a great year. There's nothing. I mean, you're going down as one of the best teams ever in school history, and Caden East steps back next year, and they got some great linebackers back next year. So they'll reload. They're Elder. I mean, it was an awesome season for them.
Yeah, and a reminder that the Elder Scores are brought to you by Kelsey Truck Country on Route 50 and 275 in Lawrenceburg, Greater Cincinnati's fastest growing full-service dealer and the Tri-State's #1 Chevy lease dealer, all because your family believing in ours. From our family to yours, KelseyChev.com. All right, Greg, we'll jump right into the Underground Sports Shop scoreboard. Again, we'll talk more about this X and Elder game here in a little bit, but we have some other games to get into. How about, Greg, some history being made in Division I, Region 2, a local team has won. We are talking about the Middletown Middies, the #1 seed over there in Division I, Region 2. They were taking on the 6-seeded Wayne Warriors. And Greg, the Middletown team has won it 21-14. 2 of the touchdowns Greg scored in this game were on kick returns. So there was a lot of special teams in this game, but that Middletown defense holds tall as they have all season long, and they are going to the state semifinals, Greg, for the first time in school history. We are witnessing a Cinderella run and, the best season now ever in Middletown football history.
The last GMC team remaining, the Middletown Middies this year, and they've done it with defense. They, they gave up a special teams touchdown tonight, but they only gave up 7. They were only giving up like 7.6 points per game. They gave up 14 tonight. But again, man, good job by Collie Jones. 2 years to see this turnaround for this program. I would imagine this is a school record for wins in a season as well. And they just they're good defensively. Jordan Van is one of the best players that we're not talking about in Southwest Ohio, and he's had a remarkable senior season. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he makes plays. He makes plays on defense, offense, and special teams. Just a really, really good high school football player who is going to get a play. I think he's a Michigan State commit. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to get Middletown versus St. X in the state semifinals next week, Greg, and just original thoughts on that. Middletown, St. X is probably going to be favored in this game, but Greg, as we were talking before we went on, do not count out this Middletown defense. The J.D. Singletaries of the worlds, Bryant, C.J. Bryant,
yep.
Those type of cats, Greg, they can change a game, and St. X's offensive line playing better, but still probably the volatile point of their team. Middletown is not going to go down without a fight in this game.
Oh, absolutely not. And, Collie they won or went to that regional final 2 years ago 3 years ago when he was with Withrow. And, now he's been through that as a head coach, right? So he knows what you need to do to get to that next level. Where Speck's been there, done that several times over. And now, but Cowley's got that under his belt. He'll know how to have this team prepared. I tell you, I hope they give a good showing on defense because that's what they've been so good with all year. And now they're really going to get on the spotlight. They got to make sure that the headlight or the marquee and the bright lights aren't too big for them next week for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. And
I
you
mean, think
mentioned
about that too,
Yep.
because X played just in front of 22,000 tonight. You know, they're been through it now.
Used to the bright lights.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And Jordan Van, who you mentioned earlier, he had the game-winning touchdown. He had that game-winning touchdown later, so he is used to those clutch moments. So again, congratulations to Middletown, their first ever regional championship in program history. Let's jump over, Greg, to Division II, Region 8. And guess who is standing tall in Division II, Region A? Probably not a big surprise here. The Anderson Raptors, they were taking on Trotwood Madison. Trot Madison came in as the 3 seed tonight, Greg, but there was no doubt about this game. Anderson with a 38-7 victory. Anderson now their 3rd consecutive regional title. Owen Scaff had 5 touchdown passes in this game. Greg, the defense was great. The offense was great. 3rd straight regional title. This is now becoming a tradition at Anderson.
Yeah, they're very, very good. And I'm a little surprised at this score. I was, in the press box tonight at the St. Xavier game and Elder game, and I was talking to Jared Luganbill, who's sitting next to me. He had already seen Trotwood Madison play. And he says those Weiss boys, you got the one on the inside that's Jamarcus and the other one. But anyway, they're very good for Trotwood Madison, and they said they were a handful. He was saying that they're like Winton Woods, only probably a little bit better than Winton Woods has been in the last couple of years. He said they're more like the Winton Woods teams of old. And sure enough, tonight they went out, but Owen Scaff with 5 touchdown passes and just another fine outing. But to hold, Trotwood Madison, their offense, they hadn't run the ball great this year. They hadn't thrown the ball particularly great either. Their quarterback had 15 interceptions going into this game. So nice job again by Anderson. Anderson's defense is good, but now, Massillon looms.
Yep, and that's exactly where you took the words right out of my mouth, Greg, right? Massillon is that continued Division II powerhouse over there in Northern Ohio. We saw Anderson did beat them last year en route to their state championship appearance, and they will be playing Massillon again. Greg, early thoughts on, having to run it back for year 2 in a row for Anderson?
Yeah, so for me, I was like, they did not play Massillon last year.
Oh, no, they played Big Walnut.
Yeah,
Big Walnut. My apologies.
Massillon beat Big Walnut
Correct.
tonight.
Yep.
Last year, Big Walnut beat Massillon. So, but yeah, I mean, this is that first matchup. I don't think they played in 2023. Let me check that real quick. Oh yeah, they did play. Massillon beat them 55-7 2 years ago.
That's what I was thinking about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 years.
And that was in the state semifinal game. So this is a rematch. Those kids that were sophomore, Austin started on that team as a freshman. Higgins started on that team. Scaff threw for 560 yards as a backup on that team with 8 touchdowns. So these guys have played. This is a rematch, a revenge match actually for Anderson. So they got plenty to play for.
Absolutely, Greg. I do want to touch on one before we take a quick break. How about Tippecanoe? We're talking Division III football now. They were taking on the number 1 seeded London team, Greg. And how about this? Tippecanoe wins 33-16, taking down the number 1 seed, Tippecanoe, with the regional championship. Another season of destiny, Greg. They're playing their best football as of late, right? Especially in the playoffs. Tippecanoe wins, and they are regional champions.
They got 13. They're 13-0. And they've only given up tonight. They gave up 16 points, which was probably one of the most they've given up all season. They're only given up 85 on the season. This is a team that's very good on both sides of the football. It's one of those teams where you go to the Final Four and you're like, you know what, this team belongs in the Final Four. They have done everything that you could want on both sides of the football. Very good. I'm happy for Matt Burbacher. Look, that's their 2nd regional title. I think they're legit. I think they can win this thing.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We still have so much more to get into with Southwest Ohio. Hopefully, we'll get a head coach or two, winning head coach on the hotline as well. And we got to talk about a little bit of a rocky time over there in Northern Kentucky. Again, we got so much more to talk to. This is the High School Football Tonight Show, powered by TriStateFootball.com on Fox Sports 1360 WSAI.
For over 20 years, the Underground Sports Shop has been the local favorite for sports teams, fans, and businesses who are looking for quality.
And you wanted me to try to get drier, correct?
Sports gear to fan apparel and promotional items, we take pride in providing you with the customized products you need and the service you deserve. To place an order, visit us online at theundergroundsportsshop.com or call us at 513-751-1662. That's the Underground Sports Shop, showcasing pride on and off the field.
For 10 years, families have trusted Kelsey Chevrolet. Now we're driving forward with a new look, the same promise, and more ways to deliver peace of mind. Visit us today and experience the difference. From our family to yours, KelseyChev.com.
Kids, they're just different than us. They have no inhibitions, consider silverware optional, and can find fun anywhere. When kids get really sick, they're different than us too. That's why the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is introducing the Dare to Dream Project. With the
Dryer's on.
clinical trial for kids with blood cancer, it'll be the biggest medical advancement for little patients in history. Help transform treatment and care for kids and support all the work we do at LLS.org.
Charlie Clifford with Blitz 5 football. The wait is over. I don't know what else to tell you. It's Moeller and St. X, and Jackson Fry and Matt Ponatowski are going to duel to figure out who steals this chapter of the rivalry. Pre-game tailgate, 5 o'clock on News 5, 11 o'clock in studio, WLWT Blitz 5. Full highlights and reaction. Plenty other great games around. We'll see you for week 5.
Penn Station Rewards. Earn points with purchase and redeem for rewards you crave, like
free subs, fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more.
Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Mela Services has been your one-stop shop for window and carpet cleaning for over 15 years. We've built a reputation for excellence with thorough, responsive, and dependable service. Mela's proud of our 4.9 out of 5-star Google ranking because it means we've delivered excellent service to our customers over and over again. So let us put our award
Okay. Stand by.
work for you. Check us out at melaservices.com/football.
All right, rolling right along on the High School Football Tonight show, powered by TriStateFootball.com here on Fox Sports 1360 WSAI. We want to give a big thank you and shout out to our sponsors here at TriStateFootball.com. They are proud supporters of high school football. Gold Star Chili, follow your own recipe. Mela Window and Carpet Cleaning, the best in residential cleaning services, and the Underground Sports Shop, showcasing pride on and off the field. All right, Greg, we are continuing to roll on, and we are joined by our first winning head coach of the evening. We are going to some ECC football, some Division II, Region 8 football, because we now have a regional champion, and it is for the third consecutive year, the Anderson Raptors. And here to break all of that down with us is head coach Evan Dreyer from the Anderson Raptors. Coach, I want to congratulate you on a big win. Obviously, it was a 38-7 win for you guys. Tell me how you're feeling winning your third consecutive regional championship.
Yeah, football is really, really hard, and to win 3 in a row is awesome. So, I don't think people understand it, and especially in a region of how many different winners there have been. And doing 3 in a row is really, really hard. And, I'm excited about just being around our guys for another week, practicing on Thanksgiving, and then taking a road trip and spotting the ball and playing somewhere.
Hey, Evan, talk about the conditions tonight. Owen Scaff comes out, he throws 5 touchdowns, but the conditions early on weren't great. But tell us about how you guys approached that and still got away with some pretty good passing numbers.
Yeah, Sue, I'm going to be honest with you. Ever since we lost last year, we've been throwing the ball around every day. You can't worry about the conditions playing in late November, December in Ohio. And our kids learned a great lesson last year in the state championship, and that's the main thing, man. We just got to keep practicing in any condition and be ready to go. And wind, rain didn't stop us tonight, and really proud of how Owen settled in the game after the first couple of drives. We weren't doing well, and he went on a run for sure.
Coach, talk to me about this defense. They only gave up 7 points tonight, right? Trotwood Madison has a lot of good athletes over there. Your defense stepped up. They played fast. They played physical. Tell me what you saw from this team and, how proud of you are of that unit.
Yeah. So, again, a lot of people don't talk about Anderson defense for the last 3 years, and that's the one key thing I will say. We gave them explosive play, and then we were able to stop and contain the quarterback. I think their quarterback is really, really good. They have explosive playmakers. For them to put as many points as they did throughout the season and us holding to 7 was key. And I thought we could have held them under 21, and we held them to 7. And we did our part on offense, and we punted a few times and changed the field. And our defense made a drive, and which was kind of the difference in the ball game.
Yeah, I was talking about one of the great stats about your team this year is coming into this game. You had only punted 6 times, but you had 6 punt returns for touchdowns. I don't think I've ever seen anything that crazy and cool in my life. But talk a little bit about your special teams too, because they've come to play very, very well and done a lot of very, very good things for you this season.
Yeah, Max Snyder hit a huge field goal tonight to get on the board, and I couldn't be more excited for a senior that has been injury prone and comes back and gets a huge field goal in the conditions. And then talk about the punt returns. And tonight we let Kamari Ty return instead of Mark Madden for a little while, and that's been good. And people have to make sure our punt return team is ready. And then kickoff return, you can kick it to Tyson Weaver, Jordan Davis, or Mark Madden. You pick it, and it's been really, really helpful for us.
Yeah, we're chatting with head coach Evan Dreyer from the Anderson Raptors. They win their 3rd consecutive regional championship tonight with a 38-7 win over Trotwood Madison. And coach, that's kind of where I want to go with my next question is, I know you mentioned a little bit earlier, but as you guys continue to make these deep runs and it's becoming, pretty consecutive for you guys, have you as a coach, throughout these couple years had a chance and maybe developed into enjoying these, big, tough playoff wins, kind of staying in the moment? I know you want to keep winning every game and you want to make a deep run, but, savoring these wins with your coaching staff, with your players, your seniors, kind of taking it all in and enjoying the experience?
Yeah, I think, everybody loves to win, but, to understand and how hard it is to win, we won this game back through January through August, and that's where I would tell anybody, I love that part of it. I love this part of the season because everybody is either putting the turn of the equipment or just loving their team. And I'm just happy to have a Chick-fil-A cookie with our coaching staff and watch some film. And honestly, I just love being around these guys. It's so different. And I think that's why I would tell every coach that gets to experience it just to savor the moment for a little bit. And then when I get home, I'm sure my wife will tell me what to do. But for this little moment, I'm going to enjoy just having a cookie and being ready to go for football for next week.
All right, Evan, one last question before we let you go. You got a chance to avenge a loss from 2 years ago to Massillon, and I know your boys are going to be really ready for it. Guys like Ace Alston and Antoine, they were freshmen in the biggest games of their lives. Now they're seasoned veterans as juniors. I mean, have you talked to the guys about this game? Do you get a vibe about being hungry for it?
Yeah, so you talk about this, Shu, and we're state Final Four in Division II. You have a week to get ready for it, and then you have the state championship. Your days are numbered being around each other and just loving the moment. And we're going to enjoy this process of just getting prepared, because last time we faced both these teams, the Big One and Massillon, the physicality that we have to prepare for. We have to get healthy, prepare mentally and physically, and be ready to go top notch for the next upcoming game, because it's going to be hard, fast, and physical. And let's just make sure, say a little prayer and make sure it's not windy and snowing so we can throw it around a little bit.
That's good stuff. That is head coach Evan Dreyer from the Anderson Raptors. They stay undefeated at 13-0 and win their 3rd consecutive regional championship, 38-7. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time. We love talking ball with you, right? Regular season and now postseason. We love catching up. Again, congratulations. Best of luck moving forward, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon, all right?
Thanks. Go Raptors, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, I'll see you in 2 Thursdays, Coach.
Yep.
He knows
Greg,
what that means.
That's good stuff, Greg. And again, this is all of a sudden becoming a routine. 3 consecutive championships, Greg. That defensive Anderson, right? The one thing they were missing in those, 2020, 2021, all of a sudden their defense has become a strength of their football team, right? Offensively, they're great. They usually are. But now defensively, they're flying around, right? Antoine Higgins, Ace Dawsons of the world. Greg, this is a team that can win a state championship.
Oh, yeah. But look, what was the theme about this as you listen to that whole interview is you got to get bigger, better, and stronger. They've learned from that time that they lost to Massillon 2 years ago, and it is a completely different program, at this point, I think they're tough. I mean, that tonight, what they did against TMAD was very, very impressive.
Yeah, what the athletes Trotwood Madison has, being able to shut them down.
5 touchdown passes. Again, I was at that state championship game. Those conditions were suck last year on that Thursday night. And he and for Scaff to throw 5 touchdowns tonight in that rain, That's impressive. That's really impressive because those balls can come out with. We saw it in the Elder St. X games. A couple little, slipping off the hands and into another defensive player's hands. So, I mean, they're prepared. They are prepared.
Yeah, Anderson continues their undefeated season. They will play in the state semifinal game against the Massillon, Washington, that big juggernaut over there in Division II. We look forward to that game. All right, Greg, moving back onto the Underground Sports Shop scoreboard, I do want to give a reminder. We talked a lot about that St. X versus Elder game. Our friend and contributor Jacob Berkemeyer from TriStateFootball.com, he has interviews with head coach Steve Specht and Jacoby Clapper, the defensive player of the game. Specht, of course, head coach of St. X, on our YouTube channel, right? So go to youtube.com/TriStateFootball.com. You can see interviews with head coach Steve Specht and Jacoby Clapper. Greg, I know you're excited for those interviews.
Yeah, and I think that'll also be on our recap of the game on TriStateFootball.com too as well. So I know Jake was on his way home to upload those. So St. X fans, I'm sure you're still in your cars or maybe hanging out on the banks, but it'll be up there for you tonight, and it's going to be good stuff. I mean, St. X fans are giddy beyond the moon right now.
Absolutely. St. X with a big win, so be sure to check those interviews out. Greg, I do want to go over to the Bluegrass State because it was a little bit of a rocky night for our teams over there in Northern Kentucky. We're just going to go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off. We'll start in Class 4A. We had Highlands taking on Corbin tonight, right? We talked a lot about the Covington Catholic, Highlands. Are they going to meet up, in the state final? But unfortunately did not work like that tonight. We'll start with that Highlands game, Greg. It was 35-21 Corbin with a win there. Highlands not able to get enough stops, not able to score enough. Thoughts on this Highlands team as their season comes to an end?
Yeah, I mean, once the season started, we were like, oh, either one of these two teams can win the state. Now we don't even get them either one into the Final Four. So that was tough. That was a tough loss by both those teams. Hard to win. I think Covcat's defense was just the two long the Paintsville then to Boyle County. Those two long trips, the amount of plays that Covcat defense had to play, it wore on them in this game. I mean, I just think that was it there. That was tough. But hats off to Corbin for coming up to Fort Thomas and beating Highlands. Not easy to do. Highlands was rolling too. I mean, looking really, really good. So I'm sort of bummed about Class 4A because I really did think we were going to get a state finalist.
Yeah, because that Boyle County Covcat game, as you mentioned, that final score, it was a little bit of a bloodbath over there. It was 49-14, Boyle County with the win. Remember, Covington Catholic beat this Boyle County team. I think it was 31-28, and they ended a 30 or 40 game winning streak that Boyle County had at the time, 3 consecutive state championships for, whatever that number is. And then Covington Catholic beat them last year, but Boyle County gets big time revenge. And in this game, for anybody curious, I don't have his name in front of me, but the running back from Boyle County had 432 rushing yards, and that is now top 11 in the history of Kentucky high school playoffs. Wow. So we did see history tonight, Greg. Unfortunately, it was on the wrong end.
But how good is their offensive line if they put up that kind of numbers, on Covcat tonight? I mean, my goodness, that guy must be good.
Yeah, absolutely. So Highlands and Covcat, their seasons do come to an end tonight, Greg. And we will continue, unfortunately, with the woes. We had Newcath on action tonight, and we had Newport in action tonight, and neither of them had a good showing tonight. Newport Central Catholic, they were playing Campbellsville, and Campbellsville pitched a shutout there 28-0. And then Newport, they were taking on Kentucky County Day. They got beat 37-6. Newport did. Rough night for Newcath and rough night for Newport, Greg. Again, both teams got dominated pretty bad in that game.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the third straight year that Newcath has had to go down to Campbellsville, and the last 2 years it was, I think, a 3-point game and a 5-point game. This year, I mean, Campbellsville was just too much. Newport, great run for them. Kentucky Country Day, they're rock solid. These two teams that Newport and Newcath lost to tonight, either one of them are capable of finishing this thing off. They're both very good teams. I didn't expect either one of these teams locally to win. I thought maybe Newcath could win at Campbellsville, but it didn't surprise me that it ended this way.
Yeah, it was a rough outing, 28-0. Newcath loses, Greg. It was a 6-game winning streak for Newcath going into this game, and they still finished 9-4, Greg. There's still a lot to like about what they did this season, and this is a Newcath team that's going to continue to be good, and they're going to continue to win a lot of games.
And they have a brand new stadium next year, so it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to go see that place. I know they were supposed to have it this year, but you know what? Good things come to those who wait. Maybe that's the sign that next year that Newcastle gets past Campbellsville and has a big run with their new stadium.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take our final break. Greg and I will be right back to wrap it up.
Break
Yeah,
already,
final break.
man.
It's a quick show, right? That St. X versus Elder game did run long, so we got 15 minutes more with you guys. Again, one final break. We'll talk about Milan, who was in the state semifinal game tonight. We'll talk about their season and then run back to that Southwest Ohio as well. So stick with us on the High School Football Tonight show, powered by TriStateFootball.com on Fox Sports 1360 WSAI.
Charlie Clifford with Blitz 5 Football.
I could not get Volker during that segment. Do you want me to try to get him again or move on?
And Jackson Fry and Matt Ponatowski are
Okay.
able to figure out who steals this chapter of the rivalry. Pre-game tailgate, 5 o'clock on News 5, 11 o'clock in studio, WLWT Blitz 5. Full highlights and reaction. Plenty other great games around. We'll see you for week 5.
Penn Station Rewards. Earn points with purchase and redeem for rewards you crave, like
Free subs, fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more.
Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
We've been doing our own thing for more than 50 years at Gold Star. All so you can do your own thing. The Coney thing, the veggie thing, the fries thing, the juicy flat top burger thing, the cheesy crunchy wrapped up in a tortilla. Can't believe this is a thing.
All right, I got him now.
It's not what you'd expect from a neighborhood chili parlor, and we think that's a good thing. At Gold Star, you're invited to come as you are, like what you like, and follow your own recipe.
For over 20 years, the Underground Sports Shop has been the local favorite for sports teams, fans, and businesses who are looking for quality products with prices they can afford. From uniforms and sports gear to fan apparel.
Yep, I already put it in.
Providing you with the customized products you need and the service you deserve. To place an order, visit us online at theundergroundsportsshop.com or call us at 513-751-1662. That's the Underground Sports Shop, showcasing pride on and off the field.
Penn Station Rewards. Earn points with purchase and redeem for rewards you crave, like
Free subs, fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more.
Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Mela Services has been your one-stop shop for window and carpet cleaning for over 15 years. We've built a reputation for excellence with thorough, responsive, and dependable service. Mela's proud of our 4.9 out of 5-star Google ranking because it means we've delivered excellent service to our customers over and over again. So let us put our award-winning team of cleaning experts to work for you. Check us out at melaservices.com/football.
Make it more at Thomas More University. Our Saints Essential program is designed with you in mind. Enjoy all-access dining plans, easy parking, and more included with your tuition. Visit campus and schedule now at thomasmore.edu.
We've been doing our own thing for more than 50 years at Gold Star. All so you can do your own thing. The Coney thing, the veggie thing, the fries thing, the juicy flat top burger thing, the cheesy crunchy wrapped up in a
All right, stand by, guys.
is a thing. It's not what you'd expect from a neighborhood chili parlor, and we think that's a good thing. At Gold Star, you're invited to come as you are, like what you like, and follow your own recipe.
All right, welcome back in. High School Football Tonight show powered by TriStateFootball.com here on Fox Sports 1360 WSAI. Safwan Alvi joined by Greg Shoemaker. We are TriStateFootball.com, breaking down all things in the tri-state area playoff action, week 14 here in the tri-state area, Greg. And we are excited to be joined by our next winning head coach of the evening because we do want to get one before we get out of here. Talking some Northern Kentucky football, right? There were some bright spots, right, tonight in Northern Kentucky, right? And this is a continued bright spot year after year after year. We got head coach Jay Volker on the line, the Beechwood Tigers head coach, as they won 42-0 against Prestonburg tonight. 8-game winning streak for the Beechwood Tigers, averaging 55 points per game in that span. Coach, congratulations on another win tonight, and you guys are moving forward in those playoffs.
Yeah, appreciate it. Guys came out to play. I know it was going to be, thought it would be a little bit tougher of a one. Prestonsburg came in averaging about 400 yards rushing, 47 points a game, and our offense is always great, but our defense really stepped up tonight.
Yeah, Jay, that's really what I want to go with next is your defense. I mean, during this 8-game winning streak since you lost to Covcath back in September. You got 4 shutouts now, and nobody else has scored. The other 4 games, nobody scored more than 7. Let's talk about that side of the ball. Why has it been so good here during this big run?
I'd like to say our guys are just playing a lot better. They definitely are. We made some personnel adjustments. Covcath usually finds what we're doing bad and exposes us. We've made adjustments the last 2 years. I think we're definitely playing better football. Our guys are starting to understand what I want from them a little bit more. And we've been playing some bad competition in some of those games too. So I can't just say that our guys are playing way better, but this game was one that I definitely knew we needed to play well. So maybe I'm completely wrong, and our guys are playing really, really good.
Yeah, Coach, I want you to talk about that defense. They did pitch a shutout tonight, right? They're playing good ball, week in and week out, especially tonight against a, pretty solid opponent. Talk to me about that unit and how they're playing and, how they're continuing to get better week in and week out, especially now going deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, there's 2 guys that really kind of get us running for us. One of our defensive linemen, Chase McDaniel, he started as a wide receiver, playing his first year of football as a sophomore, and now he's playing D-end, leads us in sacks, tackles for loss. He's an absolute menace. And then Brody Ayler, a senior captain for us. He's played outside linebacker, inside linebacker, safety. We're playing a big wing P team, so he played corner today. He's an unsung hero. Led us in tackles last year, but between those 2 guys on different sides and everybody just kind of understanding their role and playing as a unit, no big names really flying around, but they just play really, really good together, and they enjoy hitting people, which is always fun to watch too.
Jay, you take it over to the other side of the ball. Your offense this year has been incredibly efficient. 39 touchdowns. Well, coming into the game, 39 passing touchdowns, 30 rushing touchdowns. It just seems like no matter who you give the ball to, they have a chance to put points on the board. It's really cool to look at some of your stats and look at some of these guys. Not a lot of attempts, but touchdowns were adding up for them as well.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are going to get all the love. We got a great quarterback in Emmett Queen. He passes the ball around to just about everybody. Nate Paps, Tyler Fryman are both great players. Brody Ayler, again, plays some running back for us, had a great game again tonight, but our offensive line kind of stepped up to the challenge. They're great at pass pro. We said we needed to run the ball. They've gotten better and better at running the ball, and we know running the football and playing great defense wins state championships, and we got to continue to do that.
Yeah, we're talking to head coach Jay Volker from the Beechwood Tigers. They won 42-0 against Prestonburg tonight, 8-game winning streak. And Coach, I want to get your perspective on this because I've been, talking and asking the coaches about this, especially with you guys, with how much winning that you guys do and all those trophies that you got in your trophy case, right? When you're winning all these games, especially deep in the playoffs, right? Are you getting a chance to kind of enjoy these deep playoff runs, enjoy these wins, with your coaches, your seniors, right? There's a lot of winning going on, and you try not to get used to it, but you also try to get used to it at the same time. But you're getting a chance to enjoy these wins, after the game and continuing to prep, but, enjoying the process.
Yeah, definitely. I know it was one of the things as a player I played at Thomas More under Jim Hilvert, and that was one of the things that he always kind of took advantage of is just enjoying the win. And our guys, yeah, they're going to come back ready to work tomorrow, but you have to enjoy them. I mean, if you start getting numb to the wins, to winning, this is our 19th straight trip to a regional title, which is kind of crazy. 3 rounds into the playoffs, this is our 19th straight one. I don't know how many we've won out of there, but you just you can't get numb to it. You got to love winning so much that you want to go out and get ready on a Saturday morning to go do it again on a Friday night.
Man, I can't tell you, to hear you say that's interesting because years ago I was down at Wells Bowling Green at the time, and Highlands had just won their 6th consecutive state championship, and the head trainer over there at the time, the team doctor, was one of my old college roommates, and he goes, these guys don't appreciate, these young kids don't appreciate this moment. He goes, we've won 6 in a row, and you can tell that it's just different. They don't appreciate it. So don't ever, man, take what Jim Hilvert said to you and don't ever forget it because it can get lost. And it's that's just a great lesson that he taught you. I think that's pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's great. I always got to keep it in the back of my head that even if it's getting numb to me, it's a new group of seniors. This is their team. I'll forget every single game. I know I do. I don't remember much from last year, the year before. It was being the head coach at Beechwood, but I know that these guys are remembering this playoff run. They're going to remember this for the rest of their lives. So they deserve it. I mean, they've been working their butts off for the last 3 years since I've been here. It's their turn now, their turn to go out and win. So we owe it to them to at least make sure that winning's very valuable to us.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's head coach Jay Volker from the Beechwood Tigers. They win 42-0 tonight, 8 straight wins there. Coach, I want to thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you, taking the time to talk to us. Best of luck moving forward. We can't wait to watch you over there at Kroger Field, right? We'll say that. I know you don't get to say that, but we will hopefully see you in a Kroger Field in a couple weeks. So again, congratulations, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys very much.
Appreciate it, Coach. And Greg, this is what they do.
Yeah.
Right. They win games. They win state championships. It's kind of the Beechwood way.
We didn't get to talk to him about it because we're running out of times, but the bracket left, like the final 8 in Class 2A is special. When you look at teams like Owensboro Catholic, the Somerset Briar Jumpers, had to get that in, Somerset, Lexington Christian, Mayfield, Belfry, who Beechwood will take on in the next round. Those are all just monsterly good programs in small school football.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. Gosh, we only have a couple minutes. There's so much more I want to get to. The beauty of high school football. I do want to jump over there to Indiana real quick because we had a team over there in the semi-state. Unfortunately, it did not go well for them. We had Milan 1 game away from the state championship game. They were taking on South Putnam tonight. Unfortunately, they did lose in the 4th quarter, Greg. It was 40-7, right? So Milan did end up losing that game. But just overall quick thoughts on Milan's season and getting very close to the state championship game. Really successful season for them.
Super successful season for them, and congratulations. Hey, they could be back next year with another deep run because the Langferman boys are back, and a lot of their guys on defense that held the Providence last week, the state reigning state champion, to just 7 points. That defense could be special next year. So we're going to keep our eyes on Milan.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. And I do want to talk a game we haven't even talked about because there's been so many good games. How about Division 4, Region 16, right? Number 1 seeded Indian Hill making a statement tonight, right? It was a close game last week against Taft, right? There was a lot of, talk about that game, Greg. They were taking on Valley View, and Coach Rodenberg's team left, no doubt, 41-14. Devlin Daniel had multiple touchdowns. Evan Riggs had multiple touchdowns. Indian Hill, first ever regional championship in program history. They get it done tonight.
They've had some great teams over there over the years, right? And never been able to get over that hump in Division 4. Clinton Massey, Alter, Wyoming, all above them for years and years and years. Now they've broken the ice with John Rodenberg leading the way. This is awesome. And look, Devlin Daniel did not play well against Taft last week. He willed that team to a win. It was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. I do want to make an adjustment. We actually on our TV, their scoreboard was wrong. So Massillon actually lost the game tonight. Big Walnut actually won 27-21. We apologize. The scoreboard we were looking at actually had it flipped around. So, Greg, it's going to be a rematch. Anderson is going to be taking on Big Walnut next week. Anderson won that game last year. So tell me really quickly about your thoughts about that game.
And Big Walnut's now beaten Massillon 2 straight years. Again, it's going to be another hard-fought game, knowing that Anderson's already seen this team once, and it's going to be a coaching battle. It's going to be 2 really good coaches against each other, and it'll be a chess match. It'll be fun.
Absolutely, Greg. And real quick, just that St. X versus Middletown next week, right? Kylie Jones, Steve Specht, state semifinal game, first ever regional title. And we will be right back here next week, Greg, because St. X did win tonight.
Awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
just real quick thoughts on that.
We'll be live 6 to 6:45. Then go over to the St. X broadcast team. Then we'll be back here till 11 o'clock. I think we're back just on 1360 again next week. So Fox Sports.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you listening, remember there is a Steve Specht and Jacoby Clapper interview on our YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out. And right after this, go to WLWT Blitz 5. Jaron May and Charlie Clifford will have all the scores and highlights. Again, Greg and I will be back right here next week at 6 p.m. talking all things high school football. So thank you to everyone for listening, and we will see you next week on the High School Football Tonight show, powered by TriStateFootball.com on Fox Sports 1360 WSAI.
The home of Dan Patrick and Colin Cowherd.
All right, you guys are all set.
It's 1360.
I already sent them, so you should, if you want to go ahead and check and make sure you got them all right, you can. But I did already send them.